So I'm going to close my flute up again this way and use a scraping cut and take the glue off. And at the same time, I'm going to roll my tool around here so that I just radius that edge a little bit, because I'm going to use this now to reverse my bowl. This is the shoulder that's going to seat inside of my bowl, and I don't want that to scarf up the inside of my bowl and make a mark in it. So I just softened this. All right, now we got to put the tailstock back on. Need all this stuff. All right, now when I reverse that, I need a pad. I need something to drive this with, so I just drive it with friction. I'm going to use a piece of leather. I find that that's just the right thickness. And if I put a piece of wet leather inside the bowl now, the wet bowl could pick up some of the color from the leather and stain it. So rather than using the leather by itself, I use a piece of paper towel and then the leather, and then I'm going to bring it up. Okay? But I need to do something first. I need to find out where that football shape is on the inside, where that inside contour is. So I'm going to measure that. We'll come out here and we'll bring that over here. Okay, now the inside of my bowl is just inside that transition line, so that's the inside of the bowl, right? Let me do that one more time. Let me measure twice and cut once. I guess it's an old philosophy. Well, I might be just a little conservative there. Let's make it a little bit fatter, about here. All right, that's where the inside is. Okay, now I need a wall thickness. I'm going to make a second mark on there. And I need a proud place that's going to sit on the table so that I can make a little concave section in the bottom of my bowl. So where it's going to sit on the table is going to be my third line. All right? So now I've got 3 lines on there to go for. So let's get it reversed. One thing I need to do too is put the cone on here. I don't want to have too big a support here, or don't need too big of a support, and I want to get as close as I can to the bottom to finish it. The One-Way Live Center is a nice one that has all these options. If you have a larger drive center in there, you just have to deal with a little bit more handwork at the end, but these cones are nice. All right, back to bringing this up. Now, do we remember way back when we first started, we put a little drill dimple in here? It's still there. That was our first axis where we started it with our coat hanger, and it's still there, so let's use that to start with. We may adjust it just a bit, but that's going to be pretty close to a starting point. Okay, so I'm just going to sneak it up just tight, but not holding on very much. And I'm going to get my high-tech thumb here, and I'm going to rotate by hand so that I can see, well, it's wobbling just a bit. Where I need the transition is to happen up here, so this doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to get it pretty close. So because I have a little wobble in here, let's adjust it a hair. All right, I'm going to find the high spot. I'm going to roll it around and watch that high spot, back and forth, back and forth. There's the high spot, there's the high spot, there's the high spot. All right, I'm going to find that high spot. I just like to put it up at the top so I know where it's at. Now I'm going to move the whole piece down, but very, very slightly. I'm not really going to move the cone out of the hole completely. I'm just going to move it partway out of the hole and then push it in again so that it'll re-register into a better position. Pushing down with my thumb like this and then tighten it back up again. There we go. It's running pretty true now. Just a hair off. But really this doesn't have to be perfect. It's here that the transition needs to be as best we can. Okay? All right, now how tight do I tighten it? Not quite tight enough. If I'm holding onto the spindle and I can move it, the friction drive isn't friction enough. So I'm going to maybe quarter turn probably enough, just a hair.